Hi there, welcome back again to the channel. On today's tutorial I'll be teaching you guys how you can make this dart manipulation inclusive with one side shoulder drapes. So as you can see, I already made this pattern. This is my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 16 inches divided by 2, and that's the front depth line from the waist downwards. And now I will take my back depth, neck depth, which is 1 inches. I will then take my pattern master now and outline it. After I did that, I will take my measuring tape, and then from the shoulder downwards to my chest line is 8 inches. So what I did is, from the armhole after the slope, I went down by 7 inches because it's going to be armless, and I took my bust measurement, my actual bust measurement divided by 4. So I'll be adding extra inches to it when I'm cutting it on the fabric. So now, as you can see, here is the length of the top, which is 26 inches. Now I'll be cutting out this armhole, and we are not going to be going in on the armhole, front armhole curve. So I'll cut this out now. So just note, why I outline it like so is just to indicate the half inches for sewing allowance at the upper side area. So the first thing I'll cut out is my neck depth, neckline for the bodies of the back before cutting the one of the front. As you can see, the half inches for the sewing allowance at the upper area there. So now I will be removing the back. I'll separate it now from that end, but before doing that, I will cut out this area. So for achieving the pleat, I will measure 2 inches from that line. As you can see me doing downwards, I will measure 2 inches. So you can actually make your 2 inches down to the neckline and roll it out like this. You may decide to cut it out if you want to, but I won't be doing it this way. I will be outlining it down to the end of the neck width, as you can see me doing. So I'll mark it out now with my pattern, with my marker. And after doing this, this is what I'll be going with. I will then take my scissors and cut this out now. So just watch closely as I do it. So after doing this now, I'll take out the front bodies from the back. So I will then take the back. Remember, we are working on the left side of the shoulder. So I'll take it now. I'll flip it to the other side. This is the right side right now, where I'll be applying it. So I will then take my sellotape and place it together like so, as you can see me doing, and that will be all for the shoulder parts. And then, as you can see, I will merge it up like so. As you can see how accurate that looks. So after doing this now, I will take the bodies of the front. So as you can see, I already made these lines for guide. So I'll take my pattern master now. As you can see me doing in this video, I'll start curving it with my pattern master. So this is 1 inches in from the end of the shoulder to the width of the neckline, as you can see. So now I'll take my scissors now, and then I'll cut it following the lines I made. So as you can see, so this is how best you can do it to have a very nice drape or curl shoulder neckline. So now I'll cut it up like so, as you can see me doing. You may decide to make yours wider by by 2 inches or by half an inch, depends on your preference. So as you can see, this is just 1 inches in lines, so I'll be cutting just 4 pleats from it, which is half an inch after joining everything together. So now, as you can see, like I used to do, I don't want to waste any other pattern paper, so I'll just use my sellotape and then I'll place it, as you can see me doing in this video, on my table before placing it on my fabric. So just watch closely as I do it. After cutting it out, now it's time for the dart manipulation. So what I will do now is outline the place where I want the drape to stop, which is the center part of this area here. So I'll then take my scissors and cut that area out, which is the slant part, because I'm going to be attaching two different fabric to make one piece. So as you can see, just watch closely. You may decide to cut it as many as you want, but this is the method I'm going to be using for this video. So now, after doing that, I'll cut out this area here, which I said I'll be adding up some inches for sewing allowance on the fabric. So after doing this now, I'll then cut out the shoulder, but before doing that, I'll flip it like so, just to achieve the drape for the side shoulder. So as you can see me doing in this video, I'm just trying to close up those space to make the drape I need. So this is me here just trying to make sure there is no excess or shortage of fabric after doing it. So I'll take the pin and I'll also be pinning this down step by step. So that is one. So this is the second one now. So I'll use my pin to secure it down. And when you're doing this, make sure you have excess of fabric around the area before bringing out your pleats or doing your pleats, so you don't have shortage of fabric at the end of the day. So as you can see now, this one is you can see the armhole area is, is still there with excessive of fabric, so I'll cut a little out of this now. After cutting that, I will then reshape this area, because what I just need for the allowance, for the sewing allowance, is 2 inches, so I'm not more than 2 inches. So I'll cut the excess of this I'll cut the excess out from the armhole area now. So now I'll go back to this area now, and I'll focus on this area. Then when you're doing this, make sure you're doing it in the right side of your fabric. You can see how I had to, change it up. So now you can see how I'm placing this, following the line I cut out the other time. So I want this to be from that line after the other shoulder there. Can you see? So we outlined already like 1.5 inches from the neck width, as you can see on the other side of the fabric. Just make sure whatever you are putting, whatever fabric you are putting is actually what your pattern is. And I'm doing this on the pattern paper, as you can see, and this is it, just 0.5 inches on fold. And remember, I'll be pinning this down now. Then remember, you have to sew this on your paper. So this is it. I already make a stitch down from that end to the other side. As you can see now, I'll open it and show you all how it is. Then before doing that, make sure you pin it to secure your pattern. So now that is where I stitch down. So as you can see on this other side, this is the wrong side, and I've cut out the excess from that other fabric there. So after that is after sewing it down. This is the 2 inches for sewing allowance on this area, and again on the other side. So I already secured the pleated area down with my sewing material, with my sewing machine. So as you can see how this place looks, because I want just one side to be for the drape while the other side is just plain. So I already secured this with my sewing material, following the guideline of that 0.5 inch. So now I'll start tearing out the paper now, since I already had what I wanted. So now I'll remove the pin by the shoulder side area, and then I'll take out both the sellotape and the paper I placed there earlier. So that's just it for the front. If you want to secure both the drape and the manipulated darts, you have to make everything, you have to make sure your paper is still intact. So here is it. As you can see how that is, I will give it a good press, and then I will be stitching it with my serger machine at the end of it on off the video. So now you can see how beautiful this looks, which is one-sided drape shoulder. So now I'll cut out the excess of this from the shoulder parts, because what I need is just my sewing allowance, which is 0.5 inch. So I'll take my scissors now, and then I'll cut this following the 0.5 inches sewing allowance I needed for it. So now here is the back. So right now I'll be doing same thing I did for the front, not draped, just the manipulating that, because I also want the back line to have same same pattern, like a very stylish pattern at the back area too. so just watch closely as I do it. So now pin this down. After pinning it down, trace out where I want for the black side and for the um, butter side of these two colors I'm having here. So, and again, I'll be securing down my 2 inches sewing allowance too for SS at the sides of my bodice. So now I'll then start my measurement from there, and I'll cut the neckline first. I'll cut it out now following the pattern paper. And guys, make sure you are leaving half an inch for sewing allowance on the shoulder part, as you can see what I did on this video. So now I'll cut out the side and I'll add extra 2 inches to it following the pattern paper. So now just make sure whatever fabric you are having, make sure you make it stylish so your design will be top notch. So as you can see, I'll flip it now. After cutting this area, I'll flip it to the other side. So as you can see how stylish that back is, and again on the down part I'll be cutting it out in a slanty way, one side long and the other side short than one side. So that's why you can see that other area like so. So I'll go to my machine now, join it. As you can see, I already joined both the shoulder together, and you can see how lovely this looks already from the video. So now my button, I'll be making a bias round this with the same material. So after doing that, I'll sew it together, and then I'll be putting, as you can see where the button line is. So now here are the bias already made for the shoulder parts, which is the armhole curve. So now what I will do after doing that, I'll then take the bias, I'll join everything together for the neckline, then I'll sew it round it. So that will be all for the neckline. And I'll flip it to the wrong side now. Then after flipping it to the wrong side, as you can see the 2 inches on the upper shoulder line, how it is on the back area. So now I'll stitch it down following the actual measurement, and then from here I will go up by 6 inches. That will be for the slit I'll be putting by the side of it. So I'll go now and come back and show you the end results. Here is it guys, how stylish this looks. You can see how fabulous I'm looking in this. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, kindly do subscribe to my channel. Turn your notification bell so as to get notified each time I upload new videos, and you can see how the back looks also. So guys, just a reminder, I have this online class going on from January till March. So if you are interested, you can send me your messages via my email address. So guys, thanks again. Until I see you again in the next one. Bye.